Just when you think you know it all, shabam! You don't know shit. It's time to get casually uncomfortable with your host, Chuck Jerome. Viewer discretion is advised. Oh, yeah. I said what I mean, and I mean what I said. What is up, everybody? What's going on? Get ready for this week. We made it to another week. Another week of wild shit. And I'm ready for it. This is the second week in the new chapter, and things are going well. Things are working out. And I'm just fucking ready. That's all I can say now. I am ready. I want to see where things take me. You know, something that I thought about after I completed my class was that, damn it, Chuck, just like every other thing in your life, you should have done this sooner. But then I thought to myself, look, you can't put a time limit or a timetable on the things that you do in your life. Everything happens for a reason. You know, I am a firm believer in that. Just because you want it right then and there was probably a reason why you didn't get it right then and there. And I don't dwell on it. But, you know, it does, creep up in the back of my mind every once in a while. Like, damn. Like, I think about when I got my driver's license for my car. I think to myself sometimes, man, that was not as scary as you made it out to be. And I will say this. My instructor, the day that I took my test, so I did not pass my test the first time. Then I was able to take it again. And my instructor said something to me. He said, Chuck, you just got to go out and do it. You got to stop looking for all these what ifs. What if this happened? What if? Just go out and do it. Not continue to look for things that might fuck you up. And he didn't cuss. But I said, you're right. I'm just going to go out here, do what I know how to do, and not try and look for things that might be trying to sabotage me. Because in the end, what I'm doing is sabotaging myself. And that day was the day that I passed my test. And that was the day where I was like, he's really right. I always go through life looking for bullshit. And there's times when you just don't. You just go through life and do what you know how to do and not let, the BS cloud your mind and your judgment and just be fucking 100%. And that's what I did. And, that's how I've always been. I always have some kind of out. What if this happens? What if, It's always a what if. And 95% of the time, the fucking what if never happens. So, I'm unnecessarily stressing myself out. But now, I had an amazing instructor who was patient, who was very understanding, and, gave me some very sage advice to live the rest of my life with. So all I'm saying is, I'm ready. You know what else I'm ready for? Kayaking. I need to get my ass in some water this year. I can't say it's been a long time. It's probably been, maybe a year? Did I go kayaking? Was it last year? Like, dude, life is moving so fast. It's boggling my mind. But I think it was vacation last year. Did I do something last year? Or was it the year before? I don't know. I went to Delaware. I would vacation in Delaware again. That was fun. But I went out with a group of friends. We went out to Delaware, had a good time. And that was actually the first time that I was in a sit-on kayak. And I was actually kind of terrified. The only kayaks I've been in were sit-in. But I understand when you go to a place that has kayak rentals, you don't want a sit-in kayak. Because if you get someone that doesn't know what they're doing, they're going to sink that bitch like the Titanic. And you can't do that with the sit-on kayak. You just flip that bitch over, that's all. But I didn't flip. Nothing happened. It was a good time. And, I'm ready to go. And I'm not going to lie. I can already hear a difference in my voice. The lower amount of stress that's in my voice. It's just things you got to notice. You got to notice yourself every damn day, every damn week, every damn month, every damn year. You got to notice the changes in yourself, and you better hope that they are fucking positive, because that's what I'm looking for. Positivity, baby! Let's get back to this kayaking. I need to get in some water. This Pisces is a fish out of water, and he needs to swim. Please let me swim. And people always make this joke and this assumption. Oh my goodness, Chuck, you can swim? Just because I'm black doesn't mean I don't know how to swim. That was, I remember going to swim at a young age. Swimming was my shit. And it was never one of those things that my parents and my grandparents, they never were like, oh, we're worried about him in the water. No, this motherfucker is under the water, swimming the length of the pool, testing his limits, just being a badass. Man, those were good times. But then you grow up and your priorities change and you can't go swimming as much as you want. Summer ain't summer. Summer's just another season where your ass still gotta work. So I'm going to have to hopefully get some days off and have some fun. I need at least 5 solid days of relaxation. And, not to change the subject, but you know what really makes me happy now? Callbacks. When you call some company and you're trying to get a fucking bill paid, and they're like, all the representatives are assisting other customers, and then you're like, because you know damn well you do not want to deal with that fucking automated system. I've talked about this before. The automated systems are so sensitive. You have to sit in a fucking quiet room. If it hears a fucking sneeze from 20 feet away, it's like, I didn't understand your request. And now you're like, representative. And you're just losing your mind. Representative. How may I assist you today? Representative? All right, before we do that, we need to get some information. Listen, representative. And you're ready to say, fuck it, shut it off. But a lot of these new companies now, since everything's AI, they have implemented, they have implemented a callback feature that holds your place in line and calls you back when it is your turn. And I'm telling you, I need to, not telling you, but everything needs to do that. That needs to be everywhere. And I use the shit out of that. When I pay one of my bills, I think it's my cable bill. And I prefer to talk to someone because those calls are recorded. I get a name, and I just write all that information down in case there's some kind of weird shit going on. You know, anything can happen with the fucking system. And they're like, hey, we saved your place in line. We'll give you a call back in 15 to 45 minutes. And you're like, son of a bitch. I would have been listening to that shitty music for 15 to 45 minutes. Dun, 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 dun. And I don't want to be a part of that. So thank you, companies, for callbacks, because Chuck doesn't want to be on the phone any longer than he doesn't have to be. You know what I'm saying? And listen, folks, I want to say thank you for taking time out of your day, out of your lives, to listen to the old Chuck Meister ramble and jamble about some craziness. Because I have fun. I hope you're having fun. And I hope you're telling your friends that you're having some fun and letting them know about me. And if not, hey, that's cool too. I'm glad you're here. And I'm going to keep this going as long as, I can. I'm just going to have a good time. Because that's what it's all about. Getting shit done and having a good time. Because if you're not doing that, you're going to be a ball of stress, bucko. So I think I talked about this last week as part of my, my celebration on passing my driving test. I went out and had a couple drinks, and I decided to go to a restaurant that I hadn't been into for many, many years now. It's a bar. They serve food, and I got a Reuben, and I got some catfish nuggets, and I probably won't be back to that place any fucking time soon. So that was last Saturday night. Go out, have a good time. And then at about Sunday morning, let's say it was like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, I wake up with the bubbliest of guts. And I don't want to get too graphic, but I was up from 2 o'clock to 7 o'clock. And I don't think a Reuben is going to do that, but some catfish nuggets, I don't know if they were old. The only reason I would go back to that place would be if I was ready to purge my body again. I know it wasn't from the alcohol. I know it wasn't from the Reuben because I've had Reubens before. Reuben didn't taste funny. The catfish nuggets didn't taste funny. But I'm telling you, I don't know if it's the combination. Maybe I should Google that. Hey, can you eat catfish nuggets and a Reuben together? Will that create some kind of fucking shit bomb in your stomach? I'm telling you, I was angry. And then I was supposed to do something on Sunday. Plans completely changed because I'm up all damn night just shitting my brains out. And on Sunday, I had to take a nap. And I don't usually take naps. And I took a damn nap in the middle of the day. And you know what that does? That fucks up your whole day. You go to sleep, the sun is out. You wake up, the sun is out. You don't know what time it is. Is it the next day? Oh, shit, did I oversleep? What happened? Now you done wasted your day sleeping because you couldn't sleep the night before because you were fucking semi-poisoned. And I don't want to say it was food poisoning. I'm not going to say that. But all I'm saying is I've gone all this time, and the only thing different were fucking catfish nuggets. And I'm not going to lie, the week before, me and my brothers, we feasted. We went to this place called Famous Dave's. Okay? We'd been there many times before, especially in high school. They have this platter that's normally for 4 to 6 human beings. And we each got one apiece. And I'm telling you, we feasted! And I love a good feast. And so do they. And let me, I'm actually going to find the picture. Give me one second. There it is. So on my platter, which I did not eat the whole damn thing that day, but my platter consisted of 4 pieces of cornbread, a pint of coleslaw, a half a pint of jalapeno mac and cheese, another half pint of cheesy broccoli, some burnt ends, fried chicken, French fries, and some catfish nuggets. And let me tell you, that was the week before last Saturday. And guess what? Not a damn thing happened. And then I ate that food until the Thursday before this past Saturday. That's how much food it was. I was able to stretch it out all those days. It was an amazing time. I would love to do that again and just fucking relax with those guys. Like, these are my brothers. I've known them each over 27 years. And that says a lot. Because, yeah, you know, people know people for all these years, but do you keep in contact with them? That's the thing. Oh, I could say I've known other people for even longer, but do you keep in contact with them? Probably not. And consistent contact with them. And where you can pick up where you fucking left off from the last time of seeing them. And I almost forgot, we had a couple gallons of tea. One was a lemonade iced tea mix. And then we had a sweet tea mix. Actually, not a mix, but it's sweet tea. And listen, we ate, we reminisced, we had a great time. And, you know, I can't wait to do that again. Because soon I'm going to start a job that's going to take up a good bit of time, but I'm also looking for a job that's going to give me time to, you know, be able to spend time with my friends and family a little bit more, or however that may be. But, you know, I'm working on it. I'm not worried about that. But that was an amazing time. Definitely can't wait to do it again. And like I said, naming everything off of that platter, there were catfish nuggets. Those catfish nuggets did nothing to my insides. Then you go, fucking a week later, you go out and go to some rinky-dink fucking bar, and you think that they are trying to fucking kill me. So I'll never go there again. But yeah, there's my bad catfish story. You know what I want to start doing? Using less plastics. And that's something hard to do because every damn thing now is plastic. You know, we got the containers, we got our cups, our silverware. Everything is fucking plastic. Think about it. Everything we get is in a plastic bag. Do they even have paper bags anymore? I remember growing up, you had the option at a grocery store, and they would ask you, would you like paper or plastic? And now all they have is plastic, and you go to the right place, they're going to charge you 5 cents for that fucking bag. So we're fucked. So now since I'm going to be on the road, I want to start packing my meals because I cannot start my first year of driving a truck and just gain ungodly amounts of weight. Because I understand it's a sedentary lifestyle, but you go to the store, you buy some containers, guess what? They're plastic. And I see that some of these companies have glass containers. And they try and make you feel better because they're glass containers. But guess what all the lids are? Plastic. That's how they get you. You feel safe, but you're still getting fucked up. Heating up that plastic. Now the fucking BPAs are just mixing in with your food. Now you're becoming a fucking mannequin. A cancerous mannequin. And I don't want to be a part of that. The 90s were a wild time. The early 2000s were a wild time. And, shit is wild. And I just want to get away from it. You can't even get those Stanley cups. Because you get those, I keep hearing, they got little pieces of lead in them to, help regulate temperature and bullshit, like whatever the fuck it's doing. They got lead in them. So that's why they say if you puncture that bitch, just throw it away. But we'll see. I'm going to find some containers. There's going to be some nice stuff. Even if you got you got a lunch bag. What's that made out of? Fucking plastic. Doesn't matter. We're just not even going to be able to get away from plastic. It's fucking nuts. It's fucking nuts. Hey, listen, life is too short, so fucking live it to the fullest. And I'm saying that from the bottom of my heart. Live your fucking life. Have fun with your life. We're here for a reason. Don't know what it is, but we're fucking here. So enjoy it. Be safe. Have fun. Don't hurt yourself. And don't hurt other people. That's it. That is the fucking golden rule. Don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt other people. Live your life. And that's going to be my little PSA in the middle of the episode. Listen, if I'm sneezing and I don't know you, don't bless me. Because I don't know who you worship. And I'm not trying to be blessed by some demon. And if you know me, I sneezed a lot when I sneeze. So, I try and tell people after my second sneeze and second bless you, they're like, bless you. And I'm like, hey, yeah, just give it a second because I'm going to sneeze a few more times. You're not going to be standing here just bless you, bless you, bless you, like every damn time because you're going to be doing that at least fucking 10 to 12 times. So I try and give them a heads up. So here's your heads up. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that, but I'm just having fun. And try not to sneeze while I'm driving. I'll tell you that much right now. That is terrifying. And you don't want to leave your eyes open. Your fucking eyes pop out of your head because of the fucking pressure. You're just, and then fucking your left eye pops out of your head. Never had something like that happen. I know I would freak the fuck out. And the good thing is I don't do a lot of sneezing while I'm driving. But every once in a while, honestly, it'll probably happen a little bit more right now because they're just starting to cut grass and get ready for the summertime. And there was a couple days last week where I got up and I heard people cutting grass and I went, damn it! I'm going to start sneezing like crazy. Oh, and I did. And I was like, man, and sometimes it just pisses me off because I'm like, dude, I understand my body's trying to help me, but 10 to fucking 12 times, please, come on. I don't know. Listen, this is just Chuck talking about crazy shit. Rants, randomness, relatable topics here at Casually Uncomfortable. You know what I want to get one day? A 3D printer. And this would be the time because I got to see the 3D printers in their infancy. And, you know, people were making rough things on a fucking 3D printer. But now shit looks amazing. They got these beautiful filaments and machines that are just becoming cheaper. Just like I remember when 4K TVs came out and a fucking 32-inch was like $8,000. And you're like, what the fuck? But you could see everything on that bitch. Now, a 32-inch 4K TV is like $120. They're just giving them away. You know, it's door prizes. But back to the 3D printers. I want to get one and just, you know, start making things for the podcast. That would be cool. There's all kinds of shit you can make and sell and you know, have a little side hustle. Because everybody should have a fucking side hustle, especially in this day and age. You should have something because there's shit out there to be able to do that. And, yeah, that's all I'm saying. Side hustle, baby. You can do it. Those machines are cheap as fuck now. And if you order them from the right place, you can pay in installments. So, what the fuck? Get it. Do it. Have some fun. You know, it's really upsetting that, you know, summer's here, and that means that all the shows that you were watching from the beginning of the year are coming to an end. Daredevil, I just saw the last episode for the season for that. That was great. That was it. Listen, those Marvel Netflix shows are great. Magical. There's at some point they started getting better than the movies because some of the movies are just garbage now. And then Invincible. I watched the shit out of that. That's another good show. That's Amazon. Listen, they're talking about having, you know, I think it said like 5 to 7 more seasons. And I'm all for it. It is a great fucking show. Then the show that has 2 more episodes. So I got a show that I got 2 more Wednesdays with. This Wednesday and the next Wednesday. The Boys. Another comic book adaptation that fucking, you know, as they say, slaps. Oh, yeah, okay, I'm not going to ever do that again. I sound old. But yeah, I got 2 more episodes for that. And then after that, honestly, I got to get back into Paradise. That was another great show. I think they won some awards or some shit for that. And at the time when they won the awards, I had never seen any episodes of it. And who told me to watch that? Shit, I can't remember. But I was told to watch Paradise. Oh, Ty. Everybody knows who that is. He said, you got to watch this show called Paradise. And I said, what? And he said, yeah. And I said, okay. And I'm not going to lie, I binge watched the first season. Dude, I was losing sleep every other fucking day just to keep up on this show. And then I found out that a second season came along and it was already out. And I was like, all right, I got to get into that. But I haven't finished it. There's a reason for it. I got busy, life changed, Now I still have a whole season because I haven't even finished the first episode of the second season. I'm like halfway through it. And so I'm going to wait until the boys are done, and then I'm going to jump into that. And then I got some other shows that I need to check out. So it'll be a good time, especially out on the road on my time off or however I decide to do this driving thing. I'll definitely have some time to watch some shows and relax. And don't worry, the podcast will still be going on. I'll continue as audio, and then eventually I'm going to move into video. Put up a GoPro on the dash, and then you're just going to have the old Chuckmeister driving and ranting about randomness. So it'll be fun. We'll see. We'll see how it all goes. But I'm ready for this, again, new chapter in my life. And I think I'm going to get out of here. This was another good episode. They're always good episodes. You know why? Because I have fun doing them. That's why. All right, let's hit that music. As always, don't forget Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Casually Uncomfortable, Twitter, at Casually Unchuck. Let your friends know. All right, I'll see you Wednesday. We got some random news articles that I keep finding, just wild shit, wild shit. And then you have a great weekend, you be safe, and then we'll do it all again next week. You know what I'm saying? So I'll see you Wednesday. Be safe, have fun, and don't be a piece of shit. Thanks. Peace.